All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. What's up? Welcome back. How are you guys doing on this fine Wednesday morning? So, I'll start by writing up the watch list. So there's a couple of them. SPRC, the main stock. There's also SHOT and ESGL. Then as a maybe, GDC here did pop up a little recently. Maybe it's on to something. 11/20th. Let's see. All right, looking good. All right, I'll be back in a sec. Okay, okay. All right. So I'll start with SPRC. Let's see here. It definitely was up a couple days ago, and every time it was up, it looks like it just sold off. So this is not really a good look, right? Look at the daily chart right here. Every time we popped up, it's just back down, back down, back down. Oh, what's the high right here? 705, 951. Every time it gets up into this area, it's kind of back. And right now we're up at 9, so it's pushed up here, then pulled back 763. So let's get rid of some of these other intraday levels. Not going to be as relevant. Yeah, so and then highs today, 39, which is, very close in proximity to 51. Seems to me like it might just have, ran its course. So, what I'm thinking is it gives a small opportunity here and there, but it probably doesn't get back to the highs. But we don't know for sure. It could. If it does, that would be great. To be honest, that would be amazing if that does happen. And it's also why it's, good to remember to stay reactive, right? We got to match the intensity of the stocks that are coming, the ones that are super strong, the ones that are looking good. So even if we think it might not and it does, we need to be ready. So that's SPRC. So far, the low here is at 756, 755. Definitely coming down and having a hard time. Again, I have levels at 705 on the lower side and going up levels at 951. For this recent time frame, the 200 EMA is now at 1380 on the daily. Uh, I think I duplicated it. Let's see, 1380. Okay, yeah, we're looking good. Yeah, so if it does get over, 10, that gives us a target, and then 1586, which was the high of the gap down. You can see this stock has been up. We're very familiar with this stock. I've made money on it before, but the history is not a good history. Every time it comes up, short sellers are just there waiting. And it's like a nice Christmas gift under the Christmas tree of the setup, right? So, yeah, not good. But hopefully we see something here today. Moving on. SHOT. SHOT. Safety Shot Inc. I have no idea what this company does, what they sell, what services they offer. What I do know is that if it's strong today, we can see some good opportunities on the technical side of things. So yesterday's high, 750. And we've priced in a low, it's all the way down there at 460. So far, we've kind of been trending up here. High point today, 585. Not bad. 585. Pretty decent. The question is, being that yesterday we had like a topping wick doji, it literally sold off, into the close. So this wasn't great. Huge big doji candle there. Being that we're moving up today, it's like a bit of an inside candle, which we don't love. But there could be something here, right? There could be something here, but for what I'm seeing, it's like we talk about the S-class stock, right? The best of the best. So far SPRC and now SHOT, whilst they can give opportunity, they're not screaming, "Hey, this is going to be one of the strongest stocks we've ever seen." So, again, we might need to proceed with some caution. This could just be short sellers covering here off these lows, and we're getting a small bounce, then just go right back down. That's probably likely what's happening. But again, we did see LIFW, and then recently the other one, SGD, did give a move despite selling off aggressively. So again, staying reactive. So let's go back to dual screen, the beautiful Momo Pro scans. And let's continue here. ESGL, the next stock on the list. By the way, SPRC is up 20%, 1.6 million shares of volume. Sometimes I forget to say this. SHOT is up 14%, 4 million shares of volume. We do have stocks that are higher percentage gappers, but they're cheap stocks, 15 cents, 30 cents. I can't be bothered with the cheaper price range right now. I haven't been super accurate, so I'm not gonna even bother, right? If one of them is moving up and I can see it early, okay, maybe, but even if I miss a move, it's like whatever. For those of you tuning in on YouTube, what's going on? What's up? What's up? Lemonhead, good morning. What's up? What's up? Simon, Don Juan, what's up? What's up? Hope you guys are doing good. Derek, hope you guys are doing all right. So ESGL, this one is a bit of a cheaper one. So again, will we be able to see something here? It looks like it's pulling back even some more, like more, right? 89 cents for the high. Low of the pullback is at 58. So I can't be bothered with these stocks right now. On the daily chart, showing that we kind of had the IPO and sold off from 24. It's been getting destroyed. Thanksgiving, market holiday. Actually, you know what? I didn't see the bulletin on E-Trade today signing in. I did not see the updates. But anyhow, we know markets will be closed tomorrow. 148, if it does get going, was a bit of a high point a couple of days ago, a few weeks ago. And we had 3.7 million shares in that day. There's 268 people watching on. Just by the viewership, we can tell what kind of day it might be in terms of volume. People will take off early, this close to the holiday. School is out, so the kids are home, and people probably are not going to trade from the home office. So, but again, that means nothing. We can still see something, right? So we just have to be reactive. Just if it's slow, we take it slow. If something is hot, we ramp it up, right? Lastly, GDC is on this list, and we'll see what this one does. This one was from yesterday. Let's see, yesterday's high was at 516. So we'll see if this one gets going. There can be some potential opportunity here. I like that we are above the 200 right now. So that does give us, something to work off of when it comes to support. So we'll see how it does from here. So in terms of our disclaimer, guys, remember that this day trading business is no joke. Just this month, I had my biggest drawdown ever, 4,000. And it happened over like 2 days. To start this week, I'm down 1,800. 1,800 bucks is a lot of money. Money that we can use to do a lot of things with in this real world, right? So understand that trading is risky, even for the people who've been doing it for a long time. In fact, it's a different kind of risk now, right? When you first start, there's the risk of just ignorance, not knowing what you're doing, buying blindly. Now we do have a good level of control, which is good, but we're also pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone. And in doing so, we're taking on more risk, using more capital. And trading is risky, right? Whether it's the common flush, stocks just flushing down where they look good as the 2 minute warning is coming up. Hold on. There it is, right on time. Yeah, whether it's a stock looking good and then it just fails out of nowhere, or being trapped into a halt down, these type of things. Trading is risky, and a lot of people do lose. So despite hearing the success stories or seeing people like myself, you have to understand that it's good to take it slow. And like any other professional field out there, any other business, you have to do your research, right? You have to understand what you're doing and why you're doing it, and not just, hey, let me buy this stock because I heard it could go up, right? Just imagine going into a hospital and saying, hey, I'm just gonna go take the next surgery because I heard this person's life got saved. Like, that's the equivalent of what you're doing if you just buy a stock randomly without knowing anything. As silly as that sounds, that's what people are doing, but it doesn't seem that way, right? But anyhow, it's not to go too deep into it because I can go for 5 hours on just that alone. Uh, Utilize the simulators, utilize risk money. Other than that, remember that the live streams are not an invitation to copy trade. And lastly, be careful of the impersonators and scammers. I will never message you first. That in itself is the red flag. I will never ask for money, so be careful, stay safe out there. A lot of impersonators. Be careful in the comment section as well. The world, unfortunately, we're seeing people doing all sorts of craziness to try and get up, which is just, it's quite sad. But other than that, let's have a great day. Let's trade to the best of our abilities. I'm looking forward to being disciplined, and I'm looking forward to trading to the best that I can, right? Being my best self here today. A couple seconds to the opening bell. Let's see what we get. SPRC. I got small size until something looks good. But I'm willing to size up full size. And there's 90. Okay, okay, but there's a big spread. If the spreads tighten up on this, I'd be willing to watch here. Small starter position, but the spreads are huge. Can we see tighter spreads here? SHOT is giving good volume as well. Today might just be a great day. I don't mind. I welcome it. It needs to be instant here. Oh no. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get caught. Sorry, that's right. Switching to the other one. How's it looking? That bid came down, man. That bid came down. SHOT. This might be the better one to watch, to be honest. Super active. Low of 64 though. High is at 95. A little choppy here at the highs. 95. 96. I gotta increase my size a little bit if we can get going here. There's the break over the level that we want to see. Doesn't seem to be holding above the level though. Back down 85. SPRC is back up, but lighter volume. Okay, 605. All right, I'm gonna get super active. I think this one is moving well. Some sellers up there at 6. I'm gonna be patient for the right areas though, the right entries. Oh, it's gonna fail. 73, 54. It's giving back the entirety of the move here in one candle. It's not what we want to see. Good trade. Not so good on the side of the stock. Low right there, 50. The other one is back over 810. But we do have that huge spread still. And volume could still be a little higher. So it's a good dip off those lows. I'm usually not super aggressive to get back in after the loss, but it's gonna hold up. Tell you these stocks. So we got a high of 85. I think we're like 0 for 5 here. We got to go 5 for 5, balance things out a little bit. The other one could really do well, SPRC, with big bids, but we'll have to see if that happens. So we got bought up nicely, which is good. It seems to be holding up well for now. We'll see if it gets over the high of this level. Let's see how well it does here. KB, talk to me nicely. K of the B. Where are those bulls? Where are those bulls? Still waiting on the volume. Stopping out flat. Think we should have went right there, so I'll wait. If it holds again, I'll get back in, but I would have wanted to see the push through 85 right there. Those are some good positions, but we want to see that follow through on the move. Time. You know, I think I'm gonna just take my couple of cents. I mean, that was a good attempt though. I'll just take, next time I'll just take my couple of cents and just try and do that a couple of times. Good attempt right there, but not quite. Oh, too soon. 60, 56. Nah, I'll wait a little bit. The volume profile is not bad though, you know. I wonder. I'm gonna give it another shot. Like yesterday, we kind of took a long time to catch that, so today we'll catch it early. We'll give it a shot here. Put a stop in place, small size. SPRC, mooning or going to the depths. This though here is more like a 5 minute pullback, but again, the charting isn't perfect. So I keep a tight stop, but just to see if it does want to bounce back 65, 75, 85 would be great if that could happen. Here's 65. Let's see if it continues here. Time 42. We didn't get the fill up there. Tried to sell 64. Sellers coming in. Well, okay. To the depths. SPRC, not much better on this side. It's pushed up some more, but the volume isn't really what it needs to be. I think most of my trades came on the backside of this stock. Let's see. Is it even on? Settings. Oh, we did catch something on the first candle, it looks like. The break of 6, but that was a scratch trade. Break of 6 again, another scratch trade. And then all backside. Backside. SPRC, how's this one gonna do? These spreads, man. High is at 45. Five-minute chart does look decent. They utilize the market orders. It's the only way. I'm supposed to be in there with twice the size. Didn't mark it in. Let's see if it does continue here. No, it does not. Spreads open up as well. So the breakout trade's probably not the way to go here. With bids dropping out 10-15 cents, it's a nightmare. The kind that we see on Elm Street. Let's see if the second time is the charm here. Still having trouble. High of days at 45. Can we get through 30, 34, 35? Seems like it's hidden sellers. Alright, cool. I'm gonna increase my risk a little bit. So of course I'll have to be accurate here while watching. This is like the third time we're here. But a breakdown and reclaim this level would be so good. And the other stock, SHLT, right back up, getting closer to highs. Unbelievable. Roller coaster. I thought we might have had a flush out, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. But we'll keep waiting. We'll keep watching. High of the current candle is 27. The low is at 11. It's kind of high. How well is it going to do? I thought like sub. Let's see if it breaks through the high. I thought like sub. Yeah, it looks like it might. Oh, crap. I'm gonna get that high fill, of course. No. Ah, nothing like a high fill, baby. It's failing though, miserably. Like, look at this garbage, man. Let's get this thing out of here. Take this thing to the depths. To the depths of no return. The short seller's winning. What I planned to do there was to take massive size. And I mean only like 3K, but can I be in sub 8 if it bounces like between 8, 8, 10 add? Get the move to 25, 30, be all out. But I'm in at 15. I buy back as we're holding mid 20s. I'm filled at 38. It is a rejection at the end of it. On a good day, it'd be up 600 there, right? In a move like that. Today, up 29 bucks. That's the difference. Good call to increase the risk though, knowing that if we see that opportunity, we could get a good move. It really comes down to the milliseconds though, because at 02, I'm like, I waited just a little longer in case we were gonna see. I don't want to buy 02, 03, and then it comes down to like 95 and then goes. Because sometimes when we get the breakdown, we do get like the flush out. So let me get some water. I don't know. We'll see. Might not push it today because we are coming into a holiday. SPRC. Have I really read on this one year to date? Really? I remember it from last year too. Slightly read on it this year. It's still a little disappointing. How's GDC doing? SHLT has opportunity, but man, this one is like all over the place. This ridiculous red candle. I got to do a better job of buying the dip after taking on the loss. It's still a problem for me. A lot of times when I'm in that losing trade, I don't buy back that bigger dip. And sometimes that's where the real money is. All right, let's see what we can't do on this one. So we got a high of 73, low of 65. Low of this last pullback has been 49. Let's see how well we do. Come on, dial me in. Let's get some nice moves here. Yeah, a couple cents at a time. Couple cents at a time. That's all we need. Let's get focused here. Let's throw out some quick scalps. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. We need a better push than that. But it's a good move though, from 658 to 75. Not bad. Not bad at all. Low 58. Like churning here. Let's see what it does. Can we get back over 70? 64, 66, 68. Do I hear 70? Do I hear 70 here? Oh, no. Mm-mm-mm. If it gives a good move over time here, I think we can do well. The new 5 minute candle will be over 76. HAPR. HARP rather. HARP. 58. Maybe a little too soon. Give it a sec. 57. Volume here, not as good. Might need to come down a little bit more. If it does, I'll be watching. Nope. 52, 51, 46. It's not a bad area here, but we'll see. Although if the entire move is 30. No immediate bounce back. Waiting, getting hands off. 43 was the low of the last, I believe. Oh, 49, 43, 49. There's a seller there. 30,000 at 50. Ideally, I don't really like to hold positions like longer below VWAP. But the setup here isn't terrible. I don't think it's bad, but again, I just don't like the below VWAP. But 43, 30, we're kind of at the lows here. These guys in the Discord are hilarious. Yeah, SPRC looking kind of dicey. SHLT, AMC is moving up a little. The markets are in the depths right now, man. The market's in the dumps. Where has the good momentum went? Came in and out like yesterday's news. Nowhere to be seen. Now we're left trading these backwater stocks that are going up and down like a seesaw. Up and down like a seesaw. I do think if this stock gets back to the height, it can do well, but it slipped through my fingers once. It's not going to happen again here if we get another move. GDC, how are we doing? Not so good. ESGL, not so good. SHLT, a little bit of a chop. SBRC. Could be interesting in this area here. This SBRC. But with this bids dropping out like they do, we got to be careful. Come on, take us to the moon here. The moon of the high of the bear flag. This stock is pretty thin. There's a 9,000 share seller at 808. I think that's a bit of a problem for now, but we'll see if it gets through that level. I'd like to see it break over 10 and pull away a little bit. 12,000 at 05. They're definitely shorting it. Short sellers coming in once again. Don't worry, they're gonna have to keep the same energy when the stock starts to move up and they have to cover. Those same 12,000 shares will be buying pretty soon. SHOT is at 30, right at those lows. There's 28. I'm long. Can we see a good push here? Seems to be hesitating indeed. We got over that seller, but no good push. I'm thinking, do I stop trading these stocks? Like this stock right now, do I just stop trading it and wait? It's like there could be opportunity, but then it's still proving to be so weak. I'm thinking just to not even touch it and just wait here at least 40 minutes to an hour to see if something worthy comes up. Like, look at this thing, man. Back at 780. That 12,000 share short seller feeling good. Maybe taking off a couple thousand shares here. It's so funny how the comment section on these videos are going to war over whether or not we're real traders. It's funny. Whoever knows, knows. Who doesn't, well, to the depths. Hey. Ay, ay, ay. This one here seems like a slow grinder. PXMD slowly grinding up, slowly grinding up. Didn't pull the trigger on that dip. Thought it had some more falling to do, but the level 2 kind of went from an instant red to green. No slowdown. A bit of a pause, then more red, then not like instant green. SPRC seems to be trying again. What is it going to be this time? It's so hard to get long because of the spreads. Already SPRC. Watching to see if I can get a good entry. No fill. Not buying market because the spreads are so big and the fills on the ask are just too much of a problem. No fill. Seems like it's rejecting 30 though. Do we have hidden sellers there again? Short sellers. Potentially watching to go short again versus high of day at 45. 15 cents risk. Is that what they're trying to do? $10,000 share seller at 20. No one being aggressive. At this rate, I don't even think these are like, I'm just assuming they're all short sellers. I'm only going to fill small size there. It's the kind of day it's like not being able to fold the full position, stuff like that. Of course, we're getting the move, and I'm in with baby size. $300 to the wind. Nope. Needs to be instant. They should have to cover. They should have to cover. Cover, 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 cover. More covering, more covering. Oh, wow. Come on. 20 on the bits. This is where you have to just call it a day, man. Really? In that type of situation? Now the Bulls are just getting abused at this point. That was a good attempt though. I could have sold it for a gain. I was up like 20 cents, but I expected more of a move. Well, maybe up like more like 15 cents. Got back in at 47. High was 60. It was at 13 cents. Ay, ay, ay. It's back up at 60. We can't be seeing those type of drops though, man. If we can like hold up these moves without those type of drops, we can do pretty good. Thinking about giving it another chance here. I wonder if there's any short sellers watching me, and as I'm saying cover, 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 they start laughing. They just add more shares. But don't worry, we'll catch them yet. 55, 55, 47, 51. That guy that shorted down at 806 could still be short, down 6K right now. 860. Wild range, man. No. Yeah, this is it. This is it for me on this day. I don't feel mentally frustrated or exhausted or anything, but this is not it. This is not it. I'd rather come back another day when things are looking better. Disappointing momentum here. You could be green on this, but it's just so choppy. It's just not worth it. Paper cuts after paper cuts after paper cuts. Gotta stop the bleeding. Down 300 bucks. My sweet trade that I was supposed to capture here, I only filled 200 shares. We talk all the time about having the offsets, right? The winners to offset the losers because we know the losses they happen. Getting destroyed in the markets. Getting destroyed. Life of a trader. So, for those of you watching on who are newer, this is something you gotta expect that, there'll be days like today where despite, giving a good effort, you still end up taking losses. This is business. This is business. Look at the other stock. Like, look at this stock right here. I need to fire up my short selling account, is what I need to do. 26% down on the day. At this rate, I'm going to have to go to the other side. Start shorting. Buying the stock and hoping it goes down to make money. I'm exaggerating, of course. It's still a great year. It's still a great month. But definitely a lot of inconsistency here in the last month and a half. We're only up 10,000 in the last month and a half, which is not great. It's not good. We have high standards here, extremely high standards, and we expect nothing less than greatness. And as this stock does another crazy move here, unless it gets halted up, I'm not even going to consider it. Halt is all the way at 930, so it's probably not going to get halted up. This is to try and FOMO me back into the market for me to buy high, and then the stock sells off. The market knows how to play games with you, man. The only way I touch this is if it goes parabolic. And that's the only rule that can overrule anything else. But other than that, I'm not gonna bother. So hopefully the market can, get this stock to go parabolic. At least that way you guys can have some good trades. I'll take one for the team. CDIO. That one was being mentioned. And right here is where I would have been stopping out red. Right here. Red trade. Red day recap. Seesaw. Up and down, up and down. PXMD. How's the 5 minute looking on this one? I'm gonna take a small position here. See if it gets a bit of a relief bounce. There's 20 seconds left in this 5 minute candle. Can we see some volume towards the end here? to the depths, cutting it, taking a small loss. 8. Have to cut it loose. Famous words. SHOT. A lot of selling pressure there. SPRC. My accuracy today has to be 10%. I think I'm like one, or maybe even worse than that. Shoots. Like 1 for 20 today. Hmm. I always watch back these videos and I tell myself, stop doing this. Right? Hand on the face, hand over face. I had a professor that used to tell me that all of that is just weakness. And it is, it really is. Right? You gotta just sit down and be firm and be comfortable, relax, be patient, and wait. Not develop bad habits. Let's see how the YouTube side of things are doing. Guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Yeah, we gotta stay disciplined. I hate when I do stuff I know I shouldn't do. Always costs me huge. The P&L not looking good, brother. Down $300. I don't know what the YouTube live stream, right? The issue is that the issue is that the YouTube settings are muffled so that you guys cannot hear the background noise. And as a result of that, the audio is very low. So I can only recommend turning it up. Maybe I can try and speak a little louder like this. But yeah, turn it up as much as you can. How's the overall market doing? Pretty decent. It's like I should have bought more shares because the overall market is not dipping for the longer swings. Will it go crazy here and explode? Kind of reminds me of the one from yesterday. Definitely not in a breakout market for sure. Breakout trades can work, but they're so tricky to take on when the spreads are opening up like this. It's a bit of a false breakout, but it's holding up. It's difficult to get entries on this stock. As that's usually the case with most stocks with big spreads. The spreads are hardly tightening up, and getting the fills are like a nightmare. Well, there might be a good trade coming though. We'll see if it happens. Oh, oh, is it gonna go? Spreads make it so tricky to tell. It's the same trade like the breakdown where we got the small fill, the break and reclaim, but it's so quick that I don't get the chance to be aggressive. Again, I'm looking to buy at least two more times there, but it's just so quick. And it's too risky for me to put out the entire order on one bid in case it is flushing. Because if I do that, then I'm just, $600 loss easy. Looks like it might be coming down. What does it want to do here? So brutal range. not fail me now. I want to see 80 out of this. Show me the moon. 46 by 59. Spreads are crazy. KB, what are those bulls doing here? What do they want to do? 66. There might be another high, but I don't know, man. The high risk entries might not even make any sense. The probability is too low. On a stock with a tighter spread, it's like, it's not as bad, but PXMD is going to give that relief bounce 10 hours later. I was in at 12. The low ended up being 7. My stop was at 8. Well, I would have had to hold that position for like 25 minutes. Big fight right here. That volume is going to stall a bit. That's an aggressive entry though for anybody buying that 25 VWAP bounce. Pretty aggressive, but it's going to hold. That's the real entry there, but it's pretty aggressive. 50 is just to see if we get a little bit of a continued push to 65, but in case it turns into one of those big green candles, but no good. Lows right there, 31. For those people on YouTube, anytime I start laughing randomly, it's because of the Discord. There's always some joke in there. Don't worry, I'm not a crazy person. They're just sitting here laughing randomly. Okay, maybe sometimes, but not always. Ay, ay, ay. SPRC, still watching, still waiting. We held up the lows of 25. Right now, we're watching to see what it continues to do. Small bit at 45. Good to see. There's 60. The amount of times I've been red green on this stock here today. I'm not seeing that bid anymore though. Well, there they are. They're back at 50. So why are they canceling the order like that? Is it a real order? Or are they moving it up trying to get filled? Stock did not react to it. Let's see what they do here. This should be interesting. Gotta be wearing the blue light glasses to prevent the headaches. 65. There's 66. 69. What we need right now is a surprise move into a halt up. That's what's gonna save this day for the Bulls. Give us something exciting here into this holiday break. No fill. A little, well, I wouldn't even say slow. It's just so quick to come back up. Tried for 38. Man, this might be something here. $45, $39. $8.42 by $8.45. Anybody watching ANGH here? It's been sneaking up. There's 40 for SPRC. Only lose 10, but well, I guess we have small size, so yeah. Pop back over 50, small seller. Not showing a ton of buying volume. ANGH on the other hand, this one here could be good. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna look to shut it down in the next 20 minutes. Hey. SPRC taking a trip to the depths. Decent fill there, decent dip. Only like 8 cents though, or less maybe. Getting filled on the ask going in, getting filled on the bid coming out. Nothing new. Man, this type of trading here, I think a lot of times you gotta just know yourself, right? And this holding for 50 minutes, 2 hour things, not my style, man. Like, there's the volume on this stock. I love this pullback right here. The volume is just dead. I love this area here. Where's the volume? No volume. The overall market, slightly green. Buy. Let's see. How does Nvidia, what is it? Nvidia? Nvidia? I think that's how you say it. How are you doing after that earnings yesterday? We'll check. Taking a look at some of the FANG stocks. Facebook and their triumphant return to glory. It's been a resilient company. Netflix also a pretty big recovery from the depths of 160, now back at 480. Snap, not really a FANG stock, but let's see, 12 bucks range. Um, Tesla, very volatile company in Tesla. 232. They're down. Nvidia down just a little. I mean, well, basically sideways, really. Market, man. The market. It's like if you have a lot of money, I don't see how you can lose if you're being responsible. I mean, well, you definitely can lose because markets can crash regardless of how diverse you are, but I mean, the ability to just make money if you have money is like, it's just ridiculous. So the goal for a gentleman like myself is how can I make more money? How can I make more money to invest into assets that can build wealth for me? 99% of my income is going into building wealth. The other 1% is expenses. The pastor must succeed. There is no if nor buts nor maybe. There's only succeeding. There's only winning. There's only buying the dip. So when the market keeps going up like it is right now without dipping, it's good, but I want more dips so I can buy more shares. But we're not dipping. The numbers are looking good. Inflation data is looking decent. Not to mention the high yield savings accounts. I mean, some places you can get 5-6%. I mean, MRAI. Hold on, MRAI. How's this looking? MRAI. MRAI. Yeah, some places you got the high yield savings accounts. I mean, you drop 1 million in there, it's like 5% guaranteed. I mean, it's like if you have an abundance of cash, there's so many ways to just make more cash out of nothing. Treasuries, the bonds, outright equity in just some of these good companies. Of course, hindsight is 2020, and so we gotta still, you know, we have to make sure we do our research. But it's like the older I'm getting and the more research that I'm doing, it's like this stuff starts to just seem so obvious. Like, but if you don't have any money, you can't do anything about it. You know, you gotta have cash. You need to have cash. So if you understand the economics of it all, you can position yourself on the winning side. Some of this stuff was just so obvious. But if you don't have cash, you're probably not even going to be aware of it because you're probably trying to focus on how to get cash. So let's see how many real MVPs are still watching on the YouTube side of things. 300 of you guys. Wow. It's 11 a.m. It's been a dead day. This is how I know we got some real relentless traders here, some real supporters. The chat, the live stream has been kind of quiet because I haven't been doing much call outs. Flat day, down $80. How much did I make in gross profits? Quarter million. Quarter million. Quarter million sounds like a lot, but it's nothing. Most of you guys probably make quarter million at your job the last couple of years, right? Think about it. Quarter million is child's play. Gotta get to the real money. To the real money. I have very grand aspirations as this thing is Titanicing here. I have very grand aspirations, so quarter million, quarter million is not a lot. Titanicing here. The depths, this is the only pattern that I see. The only pattern that I see. The only pattern that I see. It's too messy. And this is how slow it is that I'm drawing nonsense on the screen. That's not how you do it. Well, can't remember my commands. To the depths. I probably should stop saying that so much, but sometimes I can't help myself. Pay off your house. It's security. It's funny because I watched the video yesterday saying why you should not pay off your mortgage. But one isn't like it's not wrong or right. It's just, personal preference, and you as the individual have to make the decision. But the argument was that if you take the excess cash that you would be using to pay off the mortgage, you can invest that into assets. And I guess it comes down to the mathematics of which one you can make more money from, right? Can you save more by paying it off sooner, right? Can you beat out that interest and save yourself a ton of money, or can you make more accumulating wealth elsewhere? I guess you'll have to do the mathematics as the individual to see what makes more sense. But generally when you're trying to build wealth, it's like, hey, pay off interest first. But a mortgage is kind of different, right? A mortgage is kind of like, for the most part, we can say it's like a good debt, right? Even like the single family homes, they can appreciate in value. Of course, there's the interest that you're paying on it, but they can appreciate. People who've bought houses, prior to this pandemic, for example, definitely might have seen an increase in price on their property. But again, you still have to do the mathematics to see what makes sense, right? Because the sticker price and the price you're paying is two totally different prices. But generally, if you're paying a very low interest rate, you're being able to borrow very cheaply. You know, maybe paying it off might not be the right move, right? Because again, the money can do something else elsewhere. But a high interest, it's a little different. It's why we hear pay off the credit card debt, the student loan debt. Those debts are like car loans. They're pretty high interest, and it's never really appreciating in any way or form. And then with property, you can also, especially if you like multifamily, of course, you can rent off. You can rent, right? So that can be some form of an income, unless you're like doing a car, what is it called? Like, maybe Uber or like Turo, like rental car type of thing. The car isn't really like appreciating anything, much less for the credit card debt, right? That's probably like the worst one. I borrowed a lot of money to be able to trade, and I was under some pressure at one time paying off high interest credit cards. The risk, I tell you. The risk is real. The risk is real, but you gotta clutch up, man. You gotta do whatever you can, right, to ensure success. You know, and one thing I had to learn here very quickly is that there's no such thing as too much money. The concept of all these people talking about money doesn't create happiness and all this stuff is the garbage. Because money allows you to have ease and comfort, which leads to happiness. Struggling working three jobs is like stressful, right? Money itself is an object, but it allowed the way how the world works right now, it allows us to do certain things which leads to happiness. So all this nonsense of money doesn't make you happy, all the garbage of money doesn't make you happy, man. You got to take that talk and throw it out the window. And we got to understand that, like, unless something changes, money right now, it's a big pathway towards happiness and freedom and all these different things that we talk about. You know, it's just what it is. Like, I don't think that can be denied. It's just what it is, you know. So we have to position ourselves here in the markets and elsewhere as best as we can. There's no such thing as too much money. There's no such thing. It doesn't exist. And as I say that, I'm a pretty humble person, but we still have to understand how money works and how this world is operating. And I remember when a McChicken at McDonald's back in the days that when I was in middle school was $1.10. Now it's like crazy. Not everybody will like agree with this, but I don't know if it can be denied. Rental properties for 13 years, paid off huge. Yeah, sometimes it can be pretty smooth, if a good experience. If you can get great tenants, man, that's pretty good. There's some people that they work hard and, you know, they're responsible. But you do hear the stories every now and again of the tenants who, they're there for how many years not paying or how many months. Sometimes they haven't lost their jobs or anything. They just, not paying because maybe they understand the rules and the laws in that particular state or whatever or area. I don't really believe in doing that. I don't believe in doing that at all. Like some people will take advantage of a situation, because they might know that the law will favor them. But I think, there needs to be a standard morally, right? It's like if I'm renting a place and I know if I don't pay the rent for 2 years, I can still live there. That's just not the way to do things. In fact, I think it's a very poor mindset. How I would rather think is, okay, how can I increase my income to where I can pay this rent comfortably and do more and not have to worry about it. All right. Is it a harder road? Is it a harder path? You can say, yeah, but morally, I can sleep at night. But that's me. There's we see these scammers here every day in this community creating fake accounts. Those people are sleeping perfectly at night, but they're still doing nonsense. So not everybody has the same standard for themselves. Some people try to take the easy road, but karma is gonna catch them. Karma is always there waiting for you. Karma is waiting for them, like the Grim Reaper. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna work smart, and I'm gonna stay cutting edge. I'm gonna stay innovative. I'm gonna keep pushing it, even on days like today where I'm red. It's time to work. Doesn't stop. Not till the day I die. Doesn't stop. That's just how it is, right? This is the world we live in. So, hopefully that doesn't sound too grim, but it's just what it is, man. We gotta work, we gotta grind. We're no stranger to it. That's the deal. We gotta keep pushing forward. So, no matter the situation out there, I know a lot of you guys are head of household, and you might be, you might have the family, right, the kids, but wherever we can make the sacrifices, that's what we have to do. It's not easy. It never was. It never will be, right? I'm here in a single mother household, and I can see it all day long how hard it is, right? This stuff isn't easy, but the best we can do is stick together with the people who we know want it, right? We need to communicate, we need to plan, and we need to make strides in the right direction. It doesn't matter the income level, progress can be made, right? You can be at 20K a year, 30K a year, 50K a year, 100K a year. Progress can be made. But a big part of it too is also like living below our means. Like, sometimes we could be making, a decent salary over 100K, six figures, but things can still be pretty tight. So all this stuff matters, it definitely matters. Like right now, and not everybody might agree with this, but that's perfectly okay. That's fine. But for me, I'm living pretty frugal, right? I still do everything, but I don't go crazy at it. I still budget. I don't go over the top. Um, I think for what it is that I'm looking forward to out of this life, it makes the most sense. I don't see a better way. If there was a better way, that's what I would have been doing already. So, over the next few years, we'll see how well this can pay off. In the next few years, we can see how well this will pay off. Can anyone live off of $500 a month? Well, of course, right? But location definitely will matter. Back in my home country in South America, you can definitely live off of $500 a month. Some people there are not making that much now, and they're living, they're doing it. You definitely, um, there's people, you kind of do what you have to do to survive. Like there are people who are struggling. There's homeless people. There are people in shelters trying to get back on their feet. So it's not easy. And there's always people out there who you can say have it worse. So at the end of the day, we still have to be grateful of our situations and positions. continue to work. I'm done for the day. Done for the day. MRAI. It needs to be parabolic for me to consider it. Parabolic. Okay, maybe this one is a little bit parabolic. Getting the scans. I think did we look at this one earlier? Ay, ay, ay. The range. How's the range? 41. That's a good pullback there. Don't worry, brother. The green is coming. Green is coming as fast as it can. Be here soon. Before you know it, when it comes, it's gonna come hard. Big green. This is quite the pullback here. 34. It's kind of, but nobody wants me to be green more than the audience watching on. Sometimes I think you guys want me to be green more than I do. If that's even possible. So that's a good pullback there. It seems to be working and holding up. I like the range on this stock here so far. It's good. I think it's going to get me back in the game here. That low is pretty low though. We'll see if I have to, I'll re-average here. Tight stops. Shares are thinning out. 40. The selling is kind of here. Let's watch again. I think it's going to come even lower. Low 32. I legs are in the depths. Too much sitting. Okay, maybe I did a little too much ranting. Maybe I could have been watching the stock. held up 49 very well though. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Holding up super well here so far. The new candle's a couple seconds out. There it is. There's a small seller, 20K, somewhere up there, 68, I think. It's like those shares took an eternity to get filled. Can we see this continuation here? We will. The halt is at 312. So far so good. It's pretty strong. 85, 86. High of the current candle is 86. Low of the last is at 63. Seems like it's okay. Bit of a hesitation at 84. Kind of missed a couple cents there. REI. It is a little extended on the 5 minutes, so I'll have to be careful with these dips. We could end up seeing a bit of a bigger pullback. But we'll stay reactive though. So far it has been strong. Is it gonna go here? Can we see this push? Volume ramping up right there a little bit, but not quite. Waiting, might get back in. It's trying. There's not a ton of selling, so I'm still watching here. Can we see that push through? I don't want to see the buying stalling out here if we're gonna get this push, so we got a new 5 minute candle. $80 for the lows, $95 for the highs. Oh shoot, there's a bid. Can't be looking away at the wrong time. I'm willing to add here if it gets going. $54. It seems to be holding up. Waiting. Let's see what it does here. I want to see more volume. I want to see more volume coming in. Oh, it's still showing that bid. I guess they put the order back. Ooh. We want to see that go. We want to see that go right there. There's no way I got that high fill. How well can we hold? It might go to the moon here. Watching for the odd. Oh, okay, no. Taking a loss. Ah, there's no way I got fill 308, man. I bought before the volume was super high at 99. Well, I looked away, though, so it's kind of my fault. Should have been back in since 93. Can't take your eyes off the prize. Yeah, this thing is a little wild. Gotta calm down. Might need a big dip. I think I got a fortunate fill throughout all of that because I sized it up. Watching for a dip. Watching for a dip. Will we get one? There's a bid. But bid didn't hold. Didn't even see it get filled. Didn't really get a dip. Nothing dramatic. Low up 16. High of 46. Too aggressive? Perhaps. Keep watching though. Here's this kid, man. The rudeness. We're still kind of struggling here, so I'm waiting a bit. Curse that fill at 17, man. It's coming down anyways. Try 03. Oh, okay. To the depths. 95. This 5-minute candle starting to look pretty weak, but the stock itself still seems bullish. I think I'll ease off a bit. A lot of price action trades for me here. The low is 95. And that might have been the bottom, hopefully. My bad. Muted. Star big slacking. And John Wick. Dabrowski. TPST. Also another stock that kind of we traded in the past, moved up today a little bit. 83, looks like it's coming down. We got close to that halt up, man. That halt up almost happened. But I think maybe that's it. We're gonna shut it down already. Forgot I had this here. Shout out to Mr. Man, who was trading in the simulator. It's been very consistent these last couple of days, man. Way to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it. We got ourselves to up 800 bucks, which is great. Thought we were ending this day slightly red, so surprise move here, MRAI. Maybe I could have done better not ranting as much. Whenever I go on the rant, I stop looking at the scams and everything, man, because I assume that that's the day, and then the stock comes out of nowhere. So I think I'm gonna take the profits and run. Come back again tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, but Friday, which I think will be a half day. Tomorrow, markets are closed. Keep a reminder for those of you overseas, especially. We're coming up upon the holidays here, Thanksgiving here in the States tomorrow. So keep in mind that the markets are closed. That'll do it for me. If you're going all the way to 4 p.m., continue to be disciplined, continue to be diligent. The pastor, the man, the myth, the legend. Ah, man. The markets. It's like the market can be good when it wants to be good with these hot stocks, man. You know, there's a lot of decisions to make. Like, I did mention it earlier, stock like SPRC. As I'm trading it, I know it's just way more difficult to get that green out of it. But I still try. You know, should it be a no trade day up until this type of stock comes along, you know? Or do I try and squeeze the green despite a lower probability? RELI, by the way. right, guys. Take care. Stay safe. Stay green. I'll catch you guys later. Hit that thumbs up on the way out if you have not already. And I'll catch you guys later.